Okay, I hope it is visible. Yes, no? Are we good? Okay. Okay, guys. So today we are going to start the new topic, which is inheritance. Okay, before even starting inheritance, I hope you remember this explanation. So when I was talking about the relationships in Java, I said that there are three types of relationship, right? One is as a relationship, is a relationship, and use as a relationship. So we have taken almost 7 days to complete the as a relationship topic. Okay, so what are the topics that was covered under as a relationship? If you remember, so we did cover association, and we did cover aggregation, and also the composition, right? And also I have also taken a topic like dependency injection, right? So as a relationship, the topics on top of as a relationship are these are the topics: association, aggregation, composition, dependency, injection. Again, this association is categorized into four types: one to one, one to many, many to one, and many to many associations. Yes or no? Right? These are the topics that we have discussed so far. So we are done with the as a relationship, right? We are done with the as a relationship. Now we are beginning to discuss is a relationship in Java. Okay? Is a relationship. Ideally, is a relationship is very simple, guys. Since you have understood as a relationship, is a relationship is just like a cakewalk. Okay? What does it really mean? Okay? What does it really mean to be in a relationship of ECA? Okay, let me copy this and let us start discussing about this ECA relationship. Okay, inheritance. Okay, this is our topic, inheritance in Java. Okay. Inheritance represents what? Inheritance represents is a relationship in Java, which is also known as parent-child relationship. Parent-child relationship. Okay. We will understand why it is called as a parent-child relationship, and also when you hear the word inheritance, please remember in mind. Okay, you need to remember this word. When you hear the word inheritance, please remember the concept of inheritance. The reason why we are going for inheritance is to achieve the code reusability. Code reusability. This one word is sufficient to describe or to define the concept of Java inheritance. Why Java inheritance? To achieve what? To achieve code reusability. How we are going to achieve that? That is a secondary thing. Theoretically, if you want to give an explanation, please remember this word. What is that word? Reusability. This would be more than enough. To define the inheritance in one single word, we should remember reusability. That's it. Reusability talks about what? Inheritance. This also, and again internally you can say it as it is representing is a relationship with Java, which is known as what? Parent-child relationship. Now the complete definition, the real definition of inheritance. Okay, so inheritance is it is a mechanism. It's a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of the parent object. Very simple, one line definition. This is more than enough in the interview room. It's a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of the parent object. Now you must be wondering, what does it really mean acquiring all the properties and behaviors? What does it really mean? How we can conclude that it is used to achieve reusability? These things will be understood practically now. Okay, theoretically this would be more than enough. I'm also going to give you more notes on this. Okay, theoretically, please try to never forget this lines. Never forget these lines. At any point of time, you should be in a position to describe inheritance with a single line. with this line to achieve code reusability, and this is also a mechanism and it represents is-relationship. This would be sufficient, right? Now let us go to the paint screen and understand what does it mean to be, why it is called as why we could achieve code reusability by using inheritance. How is that really possible? What does it mean to be the parent-child relationship? Okay, let me open the paint screen. So here I am going to take a class, guys. A simple class I am taking. A class, the name of the class is class A. Okay. So there is one class here, and let me take another class, class B. Okay, if I want to make a relationship, if I want to make a relationship, if I want to make a is a relationship, if I want to make is a relationship, is a relationship, okay, I can achieve is a relationship by using extends keyword. Right, remember, I just need to use extends keyword to make a relationship between class A and class B. What kind of relationship is this? This is representing what is a relationship. The moment I do this, okay, I did not do anything. I just used extends keyword, and after extends keyword, okay, I'm using the name of the class. In this case, I'm using the name of the class, which is class B. The moment I do this, the moment I use this extends keyword, this is how it is going to be represented, or it can be imagined. This is how it can be imagined. Okay, there are two classes. This is one class, and this is another class. Okay, we have two classes. Okay, so the moment you use extends keyword, there is a relationship between these two classes. Okay, now ensure extends keyword is used after what? After the class A. It means this class is called as the child class. This class becomes what? Child class, and the class that is after the extends keyword is called as what? The parent class. Parent class. Having said this, if you look at the it is extending from A, class A is extending to B. It means, okay, this is class A and this is class B. Okay, there is a relationship. So we are able to create a relationship, make a relationship by using which keyword? Extends keyword. Okay, so the A class is called as child class or base class or subclass, right? And the class B is called as the parent class or derived class or the superclass. I want you to get acquainted with these terminologies. Okay, so if you are not using extends keyword, then there is no relationship. Okay, and I can remove this thing if I am not using extends keyword. The moment you use extends keyword, there is a relationship, and each and every individual class can be addressed with these names, these respective names. If it is a class A, since we are creating a relationship from class A, this becomes child class or base class or subclass. The class that is next to the extends keyword becomes parent class or derived class or superclass. As simple as that. This is how it is represented internally. But the question is, again, here the question is how we are achieving reusability here. So this is the fancy, this is not a fancy word, this is the usual terminology that we always come across, reusability. How this can be achieved? How this is achieved? Reusability, how we are achieving reusability? Okay, for this example, let me take one more example here. Okay, I am taking two classes here, guys. This class B, okay, and I am taking another class, class A. Okay. Inside the class B, I am taking a variable name as integer. Like let me take it as string company or string college. College name equal to let us say that Loyola. Okay, so let us change this class as college. College name is Loyola. This is not class A. Let us take this class as student class. Okay, and here I am taking a string name, student name. Student name equal to, okay, let us take it as Ratna. Okay, now these two classes are independent class. Please focus here. These two classes are independent class. We have a college class as well as we have a student class. They are completely independent. Okay, and if you see, there are two variables here. I mean, this college class as one variable and student class as one variable with respect to the student class. Right? The moment I use extends keyword, the moment I use extends keyword, extends college. The moment I do this, okay, now you cannot say that the student class has only one variable. You cannot say that, guys. You cannot say that, because the properties will be inherited by the subclass. The property of the superclass will be inherited by what? Inherited by the subclass. This college property also belongs to what? Also belongs to the subclass. Okay, in the subclass I have two variables this time. You don't see it because we are inheriting this variable by using extends keyword. I mean, by using extends keyword, all the variables that is in the parent class is inherited to the subclass, which means student has two properties here. How many properties the student class has? Okay, if you create object for the student class, for that, let us create an object class driver. This is an independent class. Don't get confused. This is an independent class. Public static void main. I'm taking a main method in an independent class, in a separate class, without having any relation. If I'm creating object for the student obj equal to new student. Okay, I've been telling you many times. The moment you do this, an object gets created because of the new keyword. Okay, and again the same time, what happens? The JVM will ensure that it will allocate memory for all the instance variables. Yes or no? It will allocate memory for what? All the instance variables. How many instance variables are there in student class? We see only one variable. Yes or no? We see how many variables? Only one variable, s name, which is assigned as the value Ratna is assigned to s name. Okay, now please remember, guys, you also have what? You also, okay, this is what? Obj, right? This is obj. This is obj. Okay, you not only have Ratna, you also have access to this college variable. Okay, this is also going to store what? College variable. What is it? College variable, which is Loyola. Right? So what is this, sir? We have only one variable in the student class. So it is obvious, or it is it is obvious that Ratna has to be stored in the particular object, because the only one instance variable is there. Okay, because of this extends keyword. Okay, this property is also inherited by the particular class. Okay, that's why college variable is also available to this particular object, which is of what type? Which is of student type. Okay, same if I go like this. Okay, if I try to create object for class college obj1 equal to new college. Okay, and we know that already because of this new keyword, and one more object will be created. Okay, and this is going to be what? obj1, that is the address that we have given. Okay, and JVM will allocate memory for all the instance variable of this particular class. Okay, but the college class has only one instance variable, which is Loyola. College class has only one instance variable, which is Loyola, which is what? College equal to Loyola. The idea here is the subclass can inherit all the properties and behaviors of the parent class. The subclass can inherit all the properties and behaviors of the parent. It is just like this. If you are using extends keyword, according to the subclass, according to the object, okay, the object is going to inherit the properties of the parent class as well. Okay, it can see two variables here. But if you create the object for the parent class, according to the object on top of parent class, it has only one variable, because subclass properties will not get inherited to the parent class. This will not happen. This inheritance is not possible. Child to parent inheritance is not possible. Okay, this is not possible. Okay, this property is not available to the parent class, but these properties available to what? To the child class. This concept is called as what? Inheritance. Reusability. So we do not have to create the college variable over once again inside the student class. Instead of that, you can reuse the variable. That's why it is called as what? Reusability. Okay, this is possible. Ideally, this is possible. This is completely possible. This is not possible. Parent class properties can be inherited to the subclass, but the subclass property cannot be inherited to the parent class. Is it making sense so far why it is called as reusability? Yes, no? Any confusion here? Okay. Come on. I want answers from you. Please keep the session interactive. Yeah, so far so good. No issues. Okay. If you go back to the theory says, see guys, it is a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and behavior of the parent object. Remember this, always parent object. One object acquires all the properties and behavior of the parent object. It has been achieved, right? We are able to acquire all the properties and behaviors. Where is the proof? Where is the proof? Theoretically, it is making more sense, but we need the practical proof. Okay, let us build a program on top of this. Meanwhile, let me open my Eclipse editor. Let it open. Let me take one more example. I want answers from you. Okay. Now, I am taking a class A. Okay. I am taking class B. Okay. Now focus guys. I have a variable integer A equal to 100. I have another variable integer B equal to 200. Okay. And I have two variables inside the class A, and I have two more variables inside the class B. So this variable name is C and D. So the values are B. Values are, let us take the values as 300, 400. Now you tell me how many variables are there inside class B? How many variables are there inside class A? How many variables are there? By looking at this, can't you say how many variables are there inside the class A? Inside the class B? I want the numbers from you. Are you getting my question? How many variables are there inside the class B? How many variables are there inside the class A? I want the count, variable count. 2,2. Good, Chaitanya. Very clear. Anyone with the eyes can say that it is 2,2. Good. 2,2. The moment I use extends keyword, extends A. Okay. Now you tell me how many variables are there in class B, how many variables are there in class A. Okay, this word is very important guys, extends keyword, this word is very important. I am extending, I am making a relationship. This is the is-a relationship. This concept is the is-a relationship. Whenever you do is-a relationship, please remember something in the mind. What is the word? Reusability. Okay, we are using this is-a relationship to reuse something. What are the things that we are going to reuse? All the properties and the behaviors of the parent class is made available to what? Is made available to the child class, yes or no? Right? When I say this, how many variables are there in class B? How many variables are there in class B now? Answer this. How many variables are there in class B now? 4. Good, Chaitanya. 4 variables are there. No confusion here. Don't have any confusion. We have 4 variables. We are able to see only 2 variables, but with this extends keyword is bringing these 2 variables. This is making these 2 variables available here also. Please keep in mind. We don't see these things in through our eyes, but internally these are the things happening. These variables are made available to the class B. Why it is being made available to the class B? Because we are making a is-a relationship. What is the is-a relationship? Go back to the theory. It is a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of the parent object. Which is the parent object here? This is the parent object. This is a parent class. Usually we create object out of the class. So this is assumed as parent object. This is assumed as child object. Okay. All the properties is made available to the child object from the parent object. Okay. So I just copy and pasted here just for your understanding. Now you tell me how many variables are there in class A? How many variables are there in class A? Can I say two? Two variables. Good. Two variables are there in class A. I was telling you the extends keyword is very powerful, that it will make the properties and behaviors of the parent class to the child class, but not the child class properties to the parent class. Please remember this. Please keep this in mind. Okay, this is not at all possible. It's just like, we usually, our parents, they make money, they make shelter. Okay, in the real-time example, I'm taking the real-time example. Okay, so if you have a class parent, they do what? They give you the education, or they invest your education, or I can say that they make money, right? They make property. Can I say they make property, right? Can I also say they make what? Okay, let us keep this too. They make money and they make property, obviously, and child. Okay, and always there is a relationship between parent and child, which is what? Parent-child relationship, right? Don't you think that this child has all rights to use the money that was, that is being made by parents, use the property that is constructed by parents? This child has all rights, yes or no? This child has all rights. Okay, but literally the property that is earned by child, literally I'm saying, okay, even though child can make a property in the future, okay, so this access, these rights are not available to them naturally. Naturally it is not made available, but this is always available from parent to, it can always be inherited from parent to child. Okay, but child to parent is not available naturally, yes or no? Are you getting this? Child to parent is naturally not available. It's up to the children, they give money. Okay, we understand all these things, but naturally it is not available, legally it is not available. But all the properties or all the investments or all the shelter that is made by the parents, obviously they are available to the child. Okay, the legal inheritance or the natural inheritance, I can say, this is not available. Likewise, even in Java, all the properties and behaviors that is in the parent class is not available to the child class, but all the is available to the child class, but all the properties and behaviors that is in the child class is not available to the parent class. If you remember these things, understanding inheritance is nothing, guys. Very easy. We can complete this in 3 days. Okay, we are good at as a relationship. Is a relationship is nothing in front of as a relationship. Making sense, everyone? Are you getting this? Yes, no? Come on, I want answers. Are you able to follow this? Type yes or no. Always try to respond to my questions, so that we can. I cannot assume that you are listening. I want to ensure that you are listening. That's why I'm asking you over and over again. Okay, don't mind it. Huh? Now, types of inheritance we will see. So I have just given you the briefing about the inheritance. We are going to see each and every type of inheritance for the better understanding. Trust me, you will never forget this concept if you listen to this. Okay, so what are the types of inheritance that we have? We will discuss that. Types of inheritance in Java. Okay, we have single inheritance. What is it? We have what? We have single inheritance. We have multiple inheritance. Remember this. We have hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical spelling is mistake. What hierarchy? Okay. Inheritance. Forgive my spelling. Inheritance. We have hybrid inheritance. Hybrid. Let me copy this and paste it here. We have cyclic inheritance. Cyclic inheritance. And we have what? We have multi-level inheritance. Okay, so these are the categories, these are the types of inheritance that is available in the object oriented programming or in the Java programming language. Okay, third one, fourth one, and we have fifth one and sixth. Okay, now let us discuss about the single inheritance in Java. Okay, what is a single inheritance? Okay, let me go back to the paint screen and see guys, if a class, if you have two classes and if you make a relationship between two classes, that is called single inheritance. What did I just say? I have class A, okay, I have class B. Okay, please remember one thing, focus here. I have two classes here. On compilation, okay, if I compile these two classes, something will happen behind the scenes. Let compile this to, because these two classes are independent class. If I do the compilation, something will happen behind the scenes. What is that something? Without our knowledge, the compiler is going to do some modification. Compiler thinks, okay, this is an independent class. It has no parent. It has no parent. Okay. What compiler thinks? It has no parent. It is an orphan class or it is an independent class. Okay. Let us give a parent. Let us give what? Let us give a parent. What is that? Object class. So object class is the super class of all the classes. If you are not using any extends keyword, by default compiler is going to do this, guys. Remember, compiler will think, okay, this is an independent class. We do not want to have any class to be independent. Okay, at least one relation should be there. What is the relationship? Extends object. It's just like a god. For example, in the real time, the people, sometimes unfortunately there are some children who are orphans, right? Not to say this, they are orphans. For them, they usually what they do in the orphanage homes, they always say that God is the mother, God is the father, God is a parent. Likewise, if you have any independent class, if you have any standalone class, okay, compiler is going to do what? It is going to do this extends object, right? And also class B is also going to get the same thing because it is also an independent class. Class B, okay, class B is also, the compiler is going to do what? It is going to add this extends keyword object, right? If you want to represent this in the diagram, okay, now remember this is from the compiler's perspective, okay. So this is object class, this is another object class, okay, and I'm sorry about this, okay, and there are two child classes. Okay? Instead of doing this, I can say, okay, let me do this. This is an object class, okay, and there is a relationship, there is a relationship, okay. This relationship is there, you don't see it internally. These things are happening internally, okay. Internally, compiler is extending, a compiler is placing the extends keyword to which class? To the object class. Extends object, okay. This is the object class or the super class of all the classes, all the independent classes, okay. This is the class A and this is the class B, right? We just see what? We just see two independent classes, but when you do the compilation, Compiler is going to do this. The relationship is like this. Internally, it is like this. Can I say that all the properties and behaviors of the object class is made available to the child class? Okay, these object classes, two children now. One children is by the name of A subclass. Second children is by the name of B, another subclass. Okay, I was telling you in the beginning, object classes no properties, but they have 11 methods. They have 11 methods, or I can say that 11 behaviors. You remember or not, I am not sure. We were discussing about hash code method. We are discussing about toString method. They are part of object class. We are discussing about equals method. These are the methods these are one of the methods that is there in the object class. Having said this, if I ask you a question, how many methods are there in class A, how many methods are there in class B, what could be your answer? Okay, blindly you will say there are no methods in class A, 0 methods, there are no methods in class B, 0 methods. No. Internally these things are happening. Internally every class is getting extends to object class. The moment I ask you this question, your answer should be, sir, I can see 11 methods in class A. I can see 11 methods in class B. Why 11 methods? Internally every class is getting extended to the object class. Object class has 11 methods. So this is acting as a parent class. Okay, the properties, and what is the definition? The properties and behaviors of the parent class will be made available to the child class. Okay, 11 methods are there in the parent class. It is made available to this class, this child class, as well as these 11 methods are made available to this child class. So each and every child class has 11 methods. Making sense, everyone? You don't see these things, but these 11 methods are available. Are you getting this? Everyone, yes, no? Let us do a small program on this. Okay, now I think the Eclipse is open. Eclipse is opened. Let me launch this. Okay, now before even it is getting launched, it will take some time. Okay. Now another question for you. Okay, so we are discussing about single inheritance. Okay, this is the single inheritance because every class is extended to one class. So to elaborate this in an orderly fashion, I am going to take another class here. Two classes I am going to take. Okay, one is class A. Okay, second one is class B. I have two classes, and this time what I am doing it here, guys, I am extending class B to A. Okay, now look at this code. And this code has to go through the compilation stage. Now what the compiler is going to do, guys? Internally, don't you think that compiler is going to do something here? Okay, it will find a standalone class that is not even extending to any other class. It has found class A. Class B is extending to class A, but class A is not extending to any other class. So internally it is going to add what? Extends object. Extends which class? Object class. If I want to represent this particular program in the diagrammatic representation, okay, I have visibly I can see two classes. One is what? One is class B. Second one is class A. What is the relationship between this class B and class A? There is is-a relationship. There is what? Is-a relationship. Okay? Get acquainted to this word. Very, very important. Is-a relationship. Okay. And so this is class B. This is class A. Okay. Which one is the parent class and which one is the child class? The class that is after the extends keyword, it is called as parent class. The class that is before the extends keyword, it is called as what? Child class. Okay. The arrow, look at this arrow. Okay. The arrow is going to point to the parent class always. The moment you use the extends keyword, okay, the class that is after the extends keyword will be the top one. The class that is before the extends keyword is going to be the bottom, child class. These are the things that is happening behind the scenes. Okay, now look at this level. One class, only one level is there. This is called as what? Single inheritance in Java. Whenever a class is getting extended to one class, whenever a class is getting extended to only one class, or in the first level, we call it as what? The single inheritance in Java. Now you might be wondering, Visibly, this is single inheritance, but you don't consider this. You don't consider what, and again internally what? Because of this extends object keyword, okay, there is a, now look at this guys. This will make more sense. There is another class on top of it, right? On top of it. This is which class? Object class. These are the reason why I am drawing it in the red color is because these things are represented by the compiler. Okay. Compiler. Okay. Now it is an object class, no? Object class. And this is going to be what? The grandparent class. Grandparent class. Child class, parent class, grandparent class. But you don't consider this compiler things. You don't consider this compiler things. You consider the developer things. So these are the developer things. Okay. From the developer things, these two classes are having a relationship. What kind of relationship is that? Single inheritance relationship. Why single inheritance? Because as from the programmer's perspective, programmer is extending to only one class. So this is how it could be represented. Okay, that's why it is called as what? Single inheritance in Java. Making sense? Yes, no? The answer is very simple, guys. Whenever a class inherits another class, only one class we are talking about. Forget about the object. Don't include the object class here. Okay. Not, no, this is valid. The statement is valid. We are not supposed to include the object class. Without including the object class, it is known as what inheritance is it? Single inheritance. Single inheritance. Okay. So example, class A. Okay, and class B extends A. Extends A. Okay, now you tell me one thing. Okay, now I am asking this question to you once again for my understanding. How many methods are there in class B? How many methods are there in class B? How many methods are there in class B? I want answers from you. 0 methods. What about others? I say 0 methods. What about others? 0. Darshini. Okay, thank you for your response. How many methods are there in class A? How many methods are there in class A? Class A, class A. Not, I'm asking you about the number of methods in the class A, guys, not class B. Class A. What do you think? Come on, everyone answer. Okay, guys, remember one thing. Okay, see this diagram. Class A is extending to object class. Don't you think that in the object class we have 11 methods? 11 methods in the grandparent class. So when the grandfather in the real-time analogy, when the grandfather is making some money, okay, this money can be inherited to the son, to the grandson also. These 11 methods are available to class A as well as the 11 methods are available to class B because there is a relationship, no? Don't you think that there is a relationship? Class B has a relationship with class A and class A has a relationship with object. Okay, look at the level. From the child perspective, this child has all rights to inherit the methods and the behaviors from the parent class. At the same time, this child has all rights to inherit the methods and behaviors from the grandparent class. Right? You should say there are 11 methods, sir. Why 11 methods? These methods are inherited from the object class. 11 methods in object class. Likewise, class B is extended to class A. Class B is extended to class A, but this class A is extended to object. Okay. Now, this class B has all rights to what? All rights to inherit methods from parent, okay, as well as the grandparent. Making sense? Yes, no? Are you getting this? Class B also 11. Class A also 11. Right? So keep this in mind. Now let us see. So let me give you the another task. Okay, I think this is a little what messy. I messed this. Okay, okay, let me use this space, guys. Huh? Now you see, now you tell me, I have class A, okay, and I have class B. I have two classes. Okay, in the class A, I have a method called void m1. I have one method in class B. Think and tell me, okay. I have one method in class A and I have one method in, okay, I have no method in class B. I have no method in class B. I have only one method in class A, right? Okay, having said this, what I am doing it here, I am doing what? This class B is getting extended to, this class B is getting extended to class A. Class A. Okay, my question is, how many methods are there in class B? How many methods are there in class A, including the object class? We need to do the tracing. We need to focus here. We need to focus a lot. Okay, the moment you get this question, okay, can you try this? You try this. My question is, how many methods are there in class A? How many methods are there in class B? Visibly, you can see only one method in the class A. Okay, how many methods are made available to us? That is my question. Any idea? Class B, how many methods? Class A, how many methods? I am expecting answers from you. You are able to answer this so that your answer depends upon my explanation. Class A 1, class B 0. Okay, what about others? Chaitanya, Darshini. Any idea? Any idea? Do you find this question difficult? No, isn't it? Good, Chaitanya. Chaitanya says class A is 13, class B 11. What about Darshini? Do you have any different answer here? Don't know, sir. Okay, okay. Keep it in mind, Darshini. Very simple. Okay, don't worry. Don't need to think much about this. Very, very simple. Okay, the moment you get this kind of question, just create a structure. Okay, this is something, just replicate this in the form of a diagrammatic representation. You will get this. Two. Okay, now you see compilation will come into the picture firstly, right? What compiler will do, it will check if there is any class that is not extending to another class. Okay, there is only one class. We have a class A which has no relationship, so it is going to do what? This class A will be extended to the object class. So there is an object class. There is also an object class. Okay, there is also an object class. Okay, these as a relationship. Okay, now look at the arrow marks. Okay, three classes, visibly two classes, invisibly one classes. Okay, so this class B is extending to which class, guys? Class B, we have class B that is extending to class A, right? And this class A is extending to the object class, right? I have said you many times, all object class is always going to have 11 methods. Okay, this, don't you think that these 11 methods are available to class A as well as class B? Because this is grandparent class, grandparent. Okay, this is parent class, this becomes parent class. Okay, this becomes child class. Okay, how many methods, visibly how many methods are there in class A? Only one method. Only one method, right? Class A has only one method. Okay, so when I ask you, my question is, I ask you how many methods are in class B. Literally, you don't see any methods. You don't see any methods, but we are using the concept of inheritance, is a relationship. It's extending. So all the properties and behaviors of the parent class is available to the child class, yes or no? Likewise, for the class A, the parent class is object. Okay, here the class A is going to have object class as usual 11 methods. Class A is going to have these 11 methods plus one method that is inside the class A. So 12 methods are there. 12 methods are there. And the class B is going to have all these 12 methods. This is 11 method. Okay, and these 11 methods are made available to what? Class A, yes or no? 11 plus 1 method. One method is already there inside the class A. So 11 plus 1, 12 methods. Right? This 11 plus 1 methods is again available to class B. So class B has 12 methods, class A has 12 methods, class object has 11 methods. Are you getting this? Yes, no. Darshini, are you getting this now? Chaitanya, you are close to the answer, but I appreciate your understanding. Okay. Okay. Now I will ask you another question. Try to answer this. Okay. These things are really important, guys. If you are not getting answers, take a pen and paper and do the. I mean, solve it by using this kind of diagram. Okay. Inheritance. Okay. Now another question for you. I knew. Okay, so I have think and answer. I have class A, I have class B, okay, I have class C. Okay, now inside the class A, I have void M1. One method is there. Okay, one method I am taking. So I want to keep this method symbol. This side, this I have two. I have one method. Inside the class C, I have one method. Okay. So how many classes do I have here? Only 3 classes I have. Only 3 classes I have, right? And there is a now my first question. By looking at this, you should say first question: how many methods are there in class A? How many methods are there in class B? How many methods are there in class C? Methods can also be called as properties. Now, can you answer this? Now, please remember one thing, there is no relationship between these classes. All classes are independent class. How many methods are there in class A? How many methods are there in class B? Visibly only one method you can see. Totally how many methods is possible? Any answer? Any answer? Come on, come on. You can answer it slowly also, but try to keep the answers close. Vijay says 12, 13, 12, 12, 12. No, your numbers are wrong. guys. Okay, let me explain this for you. I said all these classes are independent, right? This is an independent class. Okay, independent class means a compiler is going to do what? Instance object. Okay, this is an independent class. It is like these two classes has a relationship with the parent. Okay, so this is an object. This is object. This is what? This is class A. Okay, object class has 11 method. Okay, class A has only one method, na? One method. Okay, this is parent, this is child. Okay, for the child, these 11 methods are available to the child also. 11 plus 1, how many? 12, right? Class A is 12. Like that, class B, all the classes are independent class. There is no relationship, right? So obviously every class is going to extend to the object class as per the compilation. Hence object. When you talk about class B, this is how the relationship is. This is one, this is another one. Okay, and what? This is class B this time. This is object class. As usual, object class is going to have how many methods? 11 methods. Yes or no? We have 11 methods inside the object class. Okay. How many specific methods are there in class B? Only one method, that is M2. Okay. So these 11 methods plus the one method that is available in the class, what is it? Class B. Totally how many methods? 11 plus 1 method. 12 method, right? 12 methods. Likewise for even class A also. Same thing applies for class A. Are you getting this? Why you people are getting 13, 13, 13? Chaitanya getting this? Darshini getting this? Vijay getting this? Very simple question. No? Focus. You should focus. Right? Second question. Okay. Now it will make more sense. With practice, you will get this. Okay. Now Let us create another question like this. Okay, now think and answer. Okay. So I have three class. This time I'm using an extends keyword. Extends class B is extending to class A, and class C is extending to class B. Think and answer me how many methods are there in class A, how many methods are there in class B, how many methods are there in class C. Come from top to bottom, you will get this. Come from top to bottom. You are getting my question, I guess, aren't you? Are you getting my question? Yes, no? Can I answer this? Come on. I want answers. If you are answering correctly or wrongly, that is secondary, but I want answers from you. Please try it from your side. Okay, let me keep the screen. Not getting this? Everyone? Simple mathematical concept. Okay, let me explain this for you. Okay, we have three classes here. Okay, one class is a complete independent class. Okay, for this, the compiler is going to do what? It is going to extend this class to the object class. Okay, so this is object, and this is what? This is class A, class B, class C, right? And we have inheritance relationship, right? Okay, this is what? This is object class. This object class. This is class A, this is class B, and this is class C, right? So the object class, they always have 11 methods that is made available to its children, hierarchy, to be made available to this hierarchy, right? Now, if you want to calculate how many methods are there in class A, okay, these 11 methods are already available to class A. These 11 methods are already available to class A, plus class A has one method independently, right? Plus class A has how many methods? One method. So totally 11 plus 1, 12, right? And again, this 11 plus 1 method, okay, is available to class B, plus class B has independently one method, right? So 11 plus 1 plus 1, 13 methods, right? And again, all this combination is available to class C, right? And this class C has one independent method. Class C has one what? Independent method. What is it? One independent method. 11 plus 1 plus 1, 14 methods. Can we conclude that class C has 14 methods? Class B has 13 methods. Class A has 12 methods. Object has 11 methods. Do you agree with me, everyone? Yes, no? Good, Chaitanya. But class C has 13 methods or 14 methods? Class C should be 14 methods because one method is already there inside class C. 14 methods. Are you getting this? Right, Vijayakant, I was saying that 11 methods are already available inside the object class. 11 methods are already available inside the object class. Okay, so since it is a parent to class A, okay, this class A can inherit this 11 methods. Okay, these 11 methods are available to class A. At the same time, one method is already there inside the class A. So 11 plus 1 becomes 12. These 12 methods will be available to this child, which is B, plus already one method is there. 12 plus 1, 13. This 13 method is already available to this class C. Again, it has one independent method. 13 plus 1, 14. Right? So let us see some problems on this, on the single level inheritance. File, new, okay, Java project I am creating. Okay, topic is inheritance. If you get locked out of the meeting, try to rejoin. Okay, don't assume that the classes are over. Finish. Okay, so here I'm clicking on SRC. Okay, new package form dot test dot entities. Okay, I'm creating another package to define what form dot test dot driver. Okay, so this driver class we will always place the main method. Let us open the let us create a class for the entity class. Okay, so here I'm taking a class called student college. So we have a class college, and we will also take a class. Okay, let us do the same thing in the same class. Okay, let me remove this. You can do like this also. Class student and class college. Okay, in the class college I am taking a string. Name of the college is Loyola. Okay, and the student string, name of the student is Chaitu. Okay, so these two classes are independent class. The moment I use extends keyword, extends college. Okay, now actually in the student class we visibly we are able to see only one variable, which is Chaitu. Okay, and we are using extends keyword. Please keep that in mind. It means all the properties of this college, only one property is available to the student class also. Where is the proof? Let me create a main method, file new, and class driver class, okay, main method. If I create object for the subclass, if I create object class for the child class, which is student class. Okay, what I am doing it here, student obj equal to new student. An object will get created. Okay, let's continue, Shashwant. An object will get created. Okay, we need to import because it is in a different package. We know these things already. More persons has to join. importing com.test.entities.star. This student obj equal to new student. Y, okay, let me save this. Okay, it should be public. Let me use online compiler. Some issues with my Eclipse. Okay, let us keep this class as the driver class. So main method. Okay, now you see here. Let us be this class as public. It will be public. Okay, I have class college, and I am also going to have what? Class student. Okay, inside this college class, I am taking a variable like string name equal to Loyola. Right, inside the students, I am going to take the student name equal to Aitu. Okay, the moment I create extends relationship, extends college, okay, this is also available to this particular student class. Okay, so let us create object for the student obj equal to new student. Okay, I'm using a statement like system.out.println. I want to access the name obj.name, and also I want to access what? obj. Okay, let us keep it as s name, student name. Okay, this keep it as c name, college name. Yeah, I should be getting what? I should be getting output as the Chaitu and the Loyola. Okay, by using the student object, I'm able to print this output. But same thing is not possible by creating an object for the college. They created an object for the college. Only the property that is available in the college class I can get access, but not with the child class property. Please remember. Okay, I cannot do like this. I will get an error. I can access only the property of the college, which is CNAME. I cannot access because it's a property of the child. Why we cannot access this? You can inherit property from parent to child, but not from child to parent. So run this, I will get an error. Okay, this is obj1, guys. You see, it is not able. This variable is obj1.s name is not visible. Okay, this is not possible. Okay, let us try to trace this for the better understanding. Okay, how many of them are available? Only 2 persons are available. Okay, Darshan is missing. Okay. Now let us go to the paint screen. Now focus here. Okay, this space is enough, I think. Okay. This guys. Okay. Yeah, this is our program. Okay, this is our program. Okay, now internally what happens when I do the compilation? Definitely the class that is not extending to another class, for that particular class, the compiler is going to do what? It is going to extend that particular class with the object class. Right? This part is going to do by the compiler. After doing this part, if I ask you a question like how many variables are there in class student, okay, there are 2 variables. Visibly you can see only one variable, but since it is extending to college, okay, it has access to this what? This Loyola, this CNAME variable as well. There are 2 variables. If I ask you the same question, how many variables are there inside the class college? Okay, only one variable is there. Why only one variable? Because variable is only one, but methods are 11 methods. Variable is only one, because in the object class there is no variable. That's why only one variable is there. Only one variable. We are talking about variable, guys, not about methods. Talking about what? We are talking about variables. Okay, having said this, now the execution starts from the main method. We know these things already. Execution starts from where? Starts from the main method. So before even doing this, let us create a diagram. There are two classes. Okay, one class is what? One class is the student class. Okay, second class is what? Second class is the college class. There is a relationship. There is a relationship between student and the college. There is a relationship. So this relationship has been formed because of this extends keyword. Extends keyword. Okay, this is going to be child. This is going to be parent. Of course, there will be an object class on top of this. We don't think about object class for now. Okay. So this is how it is represented internally. This is how we can imagine these classes, the relationship between these two classes, and this driver class is independent class. Okay. Now the execution starts from the main method. Okay, first method instruction says object creation, right? So an object will be created because of this new keyword, and this object will be named with this variable which is obj. Okay, this object, the AVM is responsible to allocate memory for all the instance variables for the obj. Okay, so for the student class, how many instance variables are there? Visibly we are able to see only one instance variable, but this instance variable is also available. So this is going to accommodate memory for what? S name, which is Chaitu, right? And also for C name, which is Loyola. So this is also inherited. Okay. After this, the moment you do what? The moment you do obj.sname, what happens? obj.sname, Chaitu will be printed in the console. Okay. Chaitu will be printed in the console. Likewise, the moment you do the next line says obj.cname. obj.cname, Loyola will be displayed in the console. Right? After this, the next instruction is an object creation instruction. Now object needs to be created for the college class. Right? Let us create an object quickly for the college class, and the reference variable for this college class is what? obj1. Okay, this is obj1. obj1. This object is going to accommodate memory for all the instance variables. Okay, this is of college type. How many instance variables are there in college? Only one, which is cname. Cname Loyola. Cname Loyola. Right? After this, what I am doing, I have just commented this. I was trying to access obj1.sname. Focus here. obj1. I was trying to access sname. Is there any sname inside this obj1? Is there any sname inside? We have only one cname is there. Is there any sname inside obj1? Sname is not there. That's why we were getting an error. That's why we got this error. Cannot find symbol. Cannot find symbol obj.sname. Inside this obj1, I don't see any sname. I don't see a variable that is with sname. That's why we got an error. We got this error. So by looking at this error, we can conclude that. Can we conclude that all the properties and behaviors of the parent class is available to the child class, but all the properties and behaviors of the child class is not available to the parent class? Can we have this conclusion? This is a typical example. So this is never possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. Right? That's why we got an error. Right? So if you are creating objects for the child class, internally all the properties are getting stored in the child class, including the parent class properties. But if you are doing the same for the parent class, not the child properties and behaviors are inherited to the parent class. Making sense, everyone? This is the basement for the Java inheritance. This is just a basement. You are